So here are all the ingredients you'll need for stuffed peppers. The pepper, you can choose any color you would like. I just chose red. You need some rice. Again, this is from Trader Joe's, but you could buy any white rice, brown rice, Mexican rice, anything that you like. Cheese, cilantro, an onion, ground beef, and marinara sauce. And these ingredients are what we'll use to make stuffed bell peppers that will last the week. What I'm going to do is I'm going to brown the beef, which just means cook it. I'm going to dice and saute this onion. So saute, again, means to heat up with some kind of oil or fat. So I'm going to put it in a pan with some olive oil. And then I'm going to cut the tops off of my bell peppers and get them ready to be stuffed with the ingredients. So I've put my meat into the pan and it's sizzling, which is good. That means the pan is hot, and it comes in kind of a square or brick. And so as it warms up, you can break it apart so that it starts to look like the ground beef you know. So that's pretty easy. For the onion, I have my pan heating up with some olive oil. And I have this fancy thing that I bought. But if you don't, you just slice the onion however you like it and then throw it in here. Okay, so my meat is starting to brown. My onions are cooking. When onions are cooked, they tend to become more transparent. So as you can see right now, they're pretty white. As they become closer to being cooked, you'll see them change color. So even though these two items will come together at some point, I'm using two very different tools because you don't want to put raw meat and onions together because there's some contamination issues. So just make sure that you're using two separate tools. Okay, so in order to cut your bell pepper and leave the most left over for yourself, they look like this hole. So just put them on their side. And I just cut along the top so that you have this little top piece, and then you can just pull out the seeds. Okay, clean it out, and then your bell pepper's ready to be stuffed. So now that my meat and my onions are done cooking, the recipe calls for everything to be put together. So I've put my onion, my ground beef, my marinara sauce will go in next, and then 3 cups of rice. I'll stir that together, put it in my peppers, and then they're ready to bake. So the recipe calls for 3 cups of rice, but that's a lot. So I only put in about 1.5 cups and combined everything together. So my peppers are now stuffed. I have this glass baking sheet, or pan I guess I should say, that holds the bell peppers. It actually made enough for 6, and I had 6 bell peppers at my house. So I filled them all, and I'm going to cover the thing with foil, the whole thing, bake it for 30 minutes, then I'm going to take it out, cover it with cheese, bake it for 10 more minutes, and it'll be ready to go. Okay, so when your peppers are done, they should look like this, and what you can do is you can put one in each Tupperware container and take it with you for lunch. You can make it for dinner, and whatever you like.